For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Well. What's up? This the boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. And we back. Yes, y'all. I hope everybody had a good Saturday. I hope everybody is having a good Sunday. If you are in the UK, good evening, mates. To the brothers and sisters in the UK, good evening. We are going to have a damn good show today. We're going to put on I'm actually looking at my screen right now. I'm actually uploading some exhibit A's and B's and stuff like that. You know what I mean? For this particular show right now as we speak. Because we want to talk about the Bob father. And how does this ties into the drama that's going on with the canceled fight with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder trilogy match? You know, I think about a time, guys, you know, where just a few weeks ago, quite a few Alphabet Boy channels and their fans were laughing, picking at Eddie Hearn, saying that, hey, man, you know, Eddie Hearn got played for a fool. And I was one of them. He did get played for a fool. You know what I mean? You know, Tyson Fury was using your name for clout and not you. I was saying he used Joshua's name for clout and yada, 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 yada. And the arbitrator, we told you guys that the arbitrator was going to rule in Deontay Wilder's favor. Now all of you guys who wanted to see this trilogy match, you look like fools. Now we're laughing, and our king from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, is going to finally get his revenge. Mighty. Look how the tables have turned. Are you guys celebrating right now? Did you really think that Bob Arum was going to get played by an amateur? What do I mean by amateur, guys? We're going to talk about the PBC and Al Haymon. As you know, Al Haymon has a hedge fund that he put together in order to put together the PBC. He's the face of it. Hedge fund, he has a lot of white investors. Doesn't matter what color they are, but I just wanted to throw that out there for the sake of throwing it out there. We're going to look at some things today. I have my monitors up. I have a monitor here, camera here, and a monitor right there. And I'm able to share my monitor, my screens now. But I want to show you guys something. Do you remember when not too long ago, Tyson Fury, for whatever reason, they wasn't able to make their fight last year? Rumor has it that Bob Arum did not want to fight during the pandemic because he wanted to try to make as much money as possible. And then Wilder wasn't ready, and A, B, C, and D, E, F, G. A whole bunch of goddamn rumors. We don't know what the hell why they didn't fight last year. But that's neither here nor there. Then the Gypsy King tried to fight Anthony Joshua. Well, he claimed that he tried to fight Anthony Joshua, but I don't never believe he wanted to fight him. I thought he was just using Joshua's name for clout. Now, Wilder won the arbitration. Team full of white lawyers, 2 white managers, and Tyson Fury complexion for protection did not help him because a white judge ruled in his favor to force a trilogy match. Everybody was happy. Everybody from the Wilder side, or the PBC side, I told you so. We told you our king, had to unplug my phone, was going to get his revenge. You guys tried to jump the gun and fight, put on together a fight for undisputed. But our king was victorious in the courtroom. Let me explain something to you guys who don't know anything about Bob Arum. The Bob father is undefeated in the courtroom when it comes to dealing with an amateur. The only guy that was the Bob father probably feared most was Don King. Don King is that guy. But Bob Arum is that guy as well. Let me explain to you guys where I'm going at with this today. So let's give everybody a shout out who's here. Let YouTube go ahead and send all the notifications out right now. Shout out to Mr. T. Shout out to GB Guthrie. Shout out to my brother Halim. Shout out to Retro Boxing and Documentary. Salute to you, my brother. Please subscribe to his YouTube channel. Shout out to Jed Stillwell. Shout out to Brandon Calhoun. Shout out to Trav 202. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Rocket Andretti. Looking at the chat, I got the screen right here, guys. Shout out to my brother Charlo. What's going on, fam? Shout out to John Smith. Shout out to Ignorant Boxing. Shout out to Boat Hype. Shout out to Adari Pennant. Shout out to Mr. T. Shout out to Johnny Blaze. What's going on, fam? Shout out to the Queen Lee Luna. Shout out to OG, double OG, triple OG, quadruple OG in the building, right? Shout out to Champ Ross. Shout out to... who else we have? Shout out to Dr. Mofongo. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Trey. Trey in the building. Shout out to Mercy Grace. What's happening? And let's get it in. Now, guys, we're going to talk about the Bob Father. We're going to talk about Al Haymon and the PBC. And we're going to talk about Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. And I'm going to tie it all together and wrap it up in a little nice bow so you can understand what's really going on here. Now, there's a lot of rumors going on. Do you guys remember when I said that when it was rumored that this fight with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder was in jeopardy because there was rumored that COVID had broke out in the camp? I told you guys what? I say on Friday, and I'm going to play it. I told you guys Friday, I said, hey, man, listen, I'm telling you what the narrative is going to be. What the narrative is going to be is this. And I think that was Friday. I'm going to find that video. I said the narrative is going to be from the Alphabet Boy channels that you're going to see a bunch of headlines and titles that Tyson Fury is afraid of Deontay Wilder. Remember I said that on this channel. And I told you guys you're going to hear it here first. Remember I told you guys that. I have the video. I have the receipts when I said it on Friday. What the narrative was going to be. So when we go on the Chitlin circuit, let's go on the Chitlin circuit right quick. Let's look up some of these Chitlinites on here. These Chitlin channels. I like to call them the Chitlin circuit. Let's go on some of these Chitlin circuit channels and see, do I have a point? Let's get into this. Let's get into this. So let's look at Fagnon. He's back out of retirement. He's back out of the nut house. He's back out of the nut house. So let's go ahead and let's look at the headlines. Let's look at the headlines. You heard all kind of rumors. Oh, man, you know, Tyson Fury getting knocked out and beat up in sparring. Sources say. Where are those sources coming from? Where are the sources coming from? Do you notice they always put all these rumors and speculations and innuendos out there, right? Where the sources come? Where did you hear that from? They'll never tell you, but they just throw it out there. They just throw it out there. So here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let me go ahead and share my screen, guys, because I want you guys to see what I'm seeing, so you can see what I can see. You see what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and do this. Exhibit A. Let me go ahead and share this right now. Now, this is Fagnon's channel. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs is what I call him. On this particular video right here, let's see which one. Postponed. This was 3 days ago. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, postponed. Right here, right? Deontay Wilder says, this is the next one. Let me go ahead and blow this up, right? So you guys can get a whiff of it. Deontay Wilder says, Tyson Fury will try to what? What would he try to do, Fagnon? Let's see what you say he'll try to do.
You know that
we ain't going to play the dude video. You know, Tyson Fury would try to cheat again, but couldn't KO him with loaded gloves. So that's one. We ain't going to worry about that. I want you guys to look at these narratives, right? Let's look at the narratives. Remember this one. Remember this one. Let's look at some of these narratives these fools are coming with. Wow, Tyson Fury out knocked out in sparring. Fate COVID, fearing Deontay Wilder's power. Do you remember what I said Friday? What the narrative was going to be on the Chitlin circuit from the Alphabet Boy community. Do you remember what I said the narrative is going to be? Lo and behold, Tyson Fury knocked out in sparring, fake COVID, fearing Deontay Wilder's power. Do you remember I said that they were going to say this is a way that Fury came up with something in order to duck out of the fight because he was afraid of Deontay Wilder, afraid of a guy who he fought twice and beat the brakes off of the last time. I said this on Friday, and guess what? I have the receipts. I'm going to play the video. Well, I got to try to find exactly where I found it at, but I may play it today or tomorrow. Let's go to the other headlines. I told you guys what these guys was going to say. And I told you what they was going to say before they even said it. Here we go. Here goes another one. Here goes another one from Fagnon. You know, Fagnon, you know, the guy who got kicked out of the Alphabet Boy community. Here goes another one. Here goes another one, guys. Look at this headline. Tyson Fury COVID lie exposed. Canceled Wilder fight after being KO'd in sparring. Where did you hear that from? Where did you hear that Tyson Fury got KO'd in sparring? Do you notice these guys hear all of these rumors? They hear everything. They know everything that's going on in everybody's camp. But they didn't know that this fight was going to get postponed. Where did you get this information from, Fagnon? Coach, I thought we were supposed to be talking about the Bob father. We are. I'm going to go to the Bob father in a minute. But I'm trying to prove a point, guys. I was right. What they was going to say. Now, whether Tyson Fury has COVID or not, I don't know. I have no proof that he does. I have no proof that he doesn't. But that's not the point. The point is, I told you guys what the narrative was going to be. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this one. The next title that I'm pointing at right there, it says, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury permanently canceled, claims Eddie Hearn. Fury's poor camp is the cause? Question mark. But no. We're not going to stop there. We're not going to stop there. Let's move on. Let's go to dropping that half a dub on your boy. Let's go to blue balls. Let's go to blue balls. Yeah, I'm trying to prove a point, guys. I know, listen. Know these guys. Let's go here. Let's go here. So they mad at Joseph Parker because Joseph Parker was caught at the Poirier and Conor McGregor fight. They upset to this day. They are mad. They 38 hot, not 38 hot. 38 hot. You gotta speak country. You gotta say it like we do it in the South. 38. They 38 hot right now. Eddie Hearn says you can't believe anything Fury or his team says. Isn't this something? Now these guys hate Eddie Hearn. These were the same guys who was mad at Eddie Hearn for trying to put together the undisputed heavyweight champion of the championship of the world fight. These are the same guys who say Eddie Hearn is a liar. You can't believe anything he says. But you notice now he wants to believe what Eddie Hearn says and use it as a pretext to shoot his video. Do you get what I'm saying? It's amazing how they pick and choose when they want to believe someone that they say is a liar, even though this nigga right here lie 24/7. When he sleep, he's lying in his sleep. Here we go. Tyson Fury pulling out Deontay Wilder trilogy. Valid or not. Here we go. There we go. So listen. Here we go. Tyson Fury test, planned, postponement, not ready for Wilder, proof, question mark. I told you guys what the narrative was going to be on Friday. Lo and behold, I be damned. I told you guys what it was going to be. Here you go. Wilder finally responds to Fury's positive test. He's always doing wrong. He says, I have to bear the blame. No one is blaming you, Wilder, for this. But one thing I do blame you for, you made a decision to fight this guy when you said you knew he was a liar, when you said you knew he was a cheat, when you said you knew he couldn't be trusted. You chose not to fight Anthony Joshua. He called the brother man Anthony Joshua Uncle Tom. He's being pimped by a white man. You all this stuff. Like you were so jealous and envious of Anthony Joshua. You ran over there to your boo, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury turned on you. It didn't work out, huh? Now you mad, huh? You think everybody gets you, huh? Your feelings hurt, huh? No. I'm trying to prove a point. Now let's move on, guys. Let's go to Jabba the Hutt. Let's go to Jabba the Hutt, a.k.a. the general contractor. Let's go to Jabba the Hutt. I'm trying to show you guys something. Then we're going to talk about the Bob father. Let's go to Jabba the Hutt. Here you go, guys. Here you go right here. Tyson Fury ducks Deontay Wilder in the trilogy. Fight postponed. I told you guys on Friday what the headlines was going to be. I tell you yesterday, I tell you tomorrow's news today. I tell you on this channel what they are going to say tomorrow today. I dropped that on Friday. Lo and behold, this is the headline. This is what he says. You see what I'm saying? So, it's amazing. But let's move on. Let's talk about the Bob father. I just wanted to show you guys that. I dropped it on you guys. I told you guys on Friday what they was going to say before they even said it. I told you guys, right? Booed up, going wrong. You know, shout out to LMA for making the song Booed Up. They was booed up just yesterday. Now, let's talk about the Bob father, and I'm going to show you how this ties into the Bob father. I remember when you guys laughed when the arbitrator ruled in Deontay Wilder's favor. You laughed, made mockery of Anthony Joshua. You made mockery of Tyson Tyson Fury. You know, understandably so. But you made mockery of Eddie Hearn, saying, you tried to put together an undisputed fight. Now y'all looking sick. Ain't gonna be no undisputed. This fight coming up in America with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, it's the biggest fight and that's gonna be made in the world. That fight is gonna be way bigger than Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Oh, it is. Then Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. Oh, it is, huh? I'm gonna break that down too. You actually thought that you was gonna beat the Bob father in court, and Bob would not find a loophole? Bob found the loophole within the loophole. You thought that he was going to let Al Haymon and Shelley Bullwinkle beat him in court? Well, they lost the arbitration. Yeah, they did that. But you severely underestimated the Bob father. I don't even like Bob Arum, but I respect him. I respect him. Now, let me go ahead and break this down for you guys. Check it out. Now, Bob Arum, better known as the Bob father, he's been a promoter in the sport of boxing before most of us was born. I was born 1974, not 1974, 1974. I was born 1974, right? Bob Arum first got introduced to boxing in 1962, 12 years before I was born, right? When he worked for the Department of Justice as a young lawyer in his 30s. That was under John F. Kennedy. Right? At the time, Bob Arum was assigned to confiscate the proceeds from a heavyweight title fight between the legendary Hall of Famers, Sonny Liston and Floyd Patterson. This is how far Bob Arum, the Bob father, goes back. In 1966, Bob Arum became a boxing promoter. Guess who hired him to be his promoter? The legendary Muhammad Ali. The legendary actor and boxing football Hall of Famer Jim Brown introduced Bob Arum to Muhammad Ali in 1965. And in 1966, he told Bob Arum, you should become a promoter. Giving y'all some history on who the Bob father is. Don't like him, but I gotta respect him. Once Jim Brown introduced Bob Arum to Muhammad Ali, Ali taught Bob Arum how to become a promoter. Muhammad Ali taught Bob Arum how to become a promoter. Yeah, the great Muhammad Ali, the man you see behind me. Bob Arum was the vice president and he was the secretary of Muhammad Ali's promotional company. Guess what the name of the promotional company was called, guys? Main Bout. Mainbout. Main Bout. That was Muhammad Ali's promotional company. Muhammad Ali not only taught Bob Arum how to become a promoter, he not only taught him, but he hired him and he made him the vice president and secretary of his promotional company. This was back in 1966. This is how far Bob Arum goes back. I wasn't even born then. And a lot of us in the chat wasn't even born then. Some of us. The first fight that Bob Arum promoted, guys, was a fight between Muhammad Ali and George Chuvalo in Toronto, Canada. 1966, he did that. So when Bob Arum lost the arbitration case to Al Haymon in the PBC, it was perceived by the PBC and Deontay Wilder's fans as a victory for Al Haymon and a death blow to Bob Arum. Let's stop right there. Let me address his super chat. Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
I'm going somewhere with this. Shout out to my brother Chuvalo for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. You know, I like stealing the Alphabet Boy slogans from Blue. I like that, Blue. You did a good job and you came up with that. But you ain't rocking the right, so I'm taking your shit. Come to your trap and take over your trap. Come to your trap and take over your trap. That's what we do. We come to the block, we take over your block, and then we make you work on your block and give us a cut of the money that from your own block that we took from you. That's how we do it over here at Newbie Today USA Boxing. I took that. Anyways, Charlo said, exactly, coach. You called it on Friday. We all know the Ball Father will never lose. I'm tired of this heavyweight division, to be honest. Drama queens. Exactly. I'm tired of it, too. Shout out to my brother. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. Shout out to my brother, Punch Drunk Boxing. Please subscribe to his YouTube channel for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. Y'all gonna learn today. When I say y'all, I'm not talking about you guys in the chat. I'm talking about these sapsuckers. I said it, sapsucker. That's another old Southern slang that we got down here in the South. That's what my mama used to say. Get that sapsucker. You sapsuckers gonna learn today who the Bob Father is. I don't like Bob Arum, but I respect him. And when you've been in the game as long as him, guess what? It's gonna take more than some Alphabet Boy channels and a new booty company in the PBC to take him down in court. Ain't but one man I know that was that was badder than Bob Arum, and that was Don King. Don King was a mother. The IRS couldn't even convict Don King of failing to file taxes. That's how bad Don King is. When the IRS come at you, they got you. The IRS is undefeated, but it's one guy that beat him that I know of, and that's Don King. You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today. Now let's finish. Let's finish, guys. Let's finish. So back to what I was saying. So when Bob Arum lost the arbitration case to Al Haymon in the PBC, it was perceived by the pro-PBC and Deontay Wilder fans as a victory for Al Haymon and a death blow to Bob Arum. But little did you know that Bob Arum ain't nothing to fuck with. You had no idea. Only a fool would believe that a man who put on some of the biggest fights in the history of boxing would be beat so easily by a novice such as Al Haymon. Al Haymon is a novice when it comes to this boxing stuff in comparison to Bob Arum. Facts. Around the year 2000, put some context on Al Haymon. Around the year 2000, Al Haymon ventured into the sport of boxing. He used to manage a fighter by the name of Vernon Forrest. Vernon Forrest was famously known for beating Sugar Shane Mosley twice, back to back. He had Sugar Shane's number, right? He did. Over the next decade, Al Haymon gained considerable influence in the sport of boxing. Guess how he did it, guys? Mainly because of his connection to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Mayweather Jr. really put him on the map. Like busted wide open for him. Pause. But he busted wide open for him. because Floyd Mayweather is a phenomenal talent. If things really took off when Floyd Mayweather was able to buy his contract out because Bob Arum allowed him to, and then he hooked up with Al Haymon, and they went to heavenly heights together. In 2005, and in 2013, Al Haymon, he did good. He even got an award. I forgot what the award was called, guys. I want to say it's the what was it? The Al Buck Award. I think it was the Al Buck Award. He won that award in 2005 and in 2013. He won that award, and it was given to him by the Boxers Writers Association. This is true. Al Haymon also founded the PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, in the year 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Al Haymon was born in 1955. What does his age have to do with it? Where am I going at with this? Listen, I'm finna tell you something. Al Haymon was born in 1955, and he's currently 66 years old, if I'm not mistaken. As you know, Bob Arum is 90. When Al Haymon was 7 years old, guys, Bob Arum was overseeing the Sonny Liston Floyd Patterson heavyweight championship fight. When Al Haymon was 11 years old, Bob Arum was promoting fights with Muhammad Ali. Where am I going at with this? If you really believe that Bob Arum would take an L against a novice in the sport of boxing, then you really have no idea who Bob Arum really is. The man don't take L's, especially from no new booties in the sport of boxing. Whether you like Bob Arum or not, Bob Arum is called the Bob Father for a reason. I'm one of the people who don't like him. Guess what? It don't matter what the hell I like or not. This ain't about what I like and what I don't like. I'm finna bring this home to you guys. Shout out. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. Shout out to my brother Toon. Be safe out there on that road, man, driving them trucks, for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. Nobody has yet to tell me how you can duck a fighter who you fought twice. The word duck is thrown around a lot these days. Exactly. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fought two times. That's the only man that Deontay Wilder has been unsuccessful in defeating in the ring. Tyson Fury. Mr. Pillow Fist. Mr. He's a cheater. Mr. He's a liar. You can't believe nothing he says. Yeah. And then you said we always knew that Tyson Fury was like that. Well, if you always knew it, why in the hell did you resurrect Tyson Fury's career 3 years ago in 2018? No one has yet to answer that question yet. None of the Deontay Wilder supporters. If you knew that Tyson Fury was a liar and a cheater and he can't be trusted and he's known for ducking out of contracts, why in the hell did your king resurrect his career 3 years ago and fought this guy when he wasn't even in the top 15 and he didn't even have to fight him? Make that make sense to me. So you got what you deserve. You made your bed, you got to lay in it. Is it Deontay Wilder's fault that Tyson Fury pulled out of the fight because he caught COVID? No, it's not. COVID is a serious disease. Some people believe that Tyson Fury is lying. Some people believe that he's telling the truth. I don't know, and I really don't give a damn. I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't give a fuck about Deontay Wilder, and I don't give a fuck about Tyson Fury. So for all you Wilder fans out there who say, oh man, you just hate Wilder. Nigga, I don't like Wilder nor Fury. Neither one of them. They deserve each other. Because both of them are liars. They deserve each other. In my book. Shout out to Hey Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. Shout out to Mark Nash. Please subscribe to Mark Nash YouTube channel. 25 people match my donation. Mark Nash, hashtag Major Key. Shout out to Mark Nash. Please subscribe to his YouTube channel. I'm not a doctor. I don't know whether the man have COVID or not. I don't give a damn. Rumor has it that this fight has not been doing well at the box office. But forget the rumor, I got the receipts that this fight has not been sold out. Deontay Wilder has never sold out a boxing match since he's been a professional fighter. Tyson Fury has never sold out a boxing match since he's been a professional fighter. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder has fought each other 2 times, and they have been unable to sell out the venue where they fought at. I have the receipts. So for anyone who says, "Oh man, you lying, man. Man, you lying. You lying. You don't know what you're talking about." I got the receipts. Don't argue with me. Argue with the receipts. Let's go ahead and pull this up right quick. Let's go ahead and pull this up right quick. Shout out to my sister Karma Serene.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to my sister Karma Serene. She says match $2.99. Shout out to my sister. Shout out to the Queen Lee Luna.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to the Queen Lee Luna for dropping that $15 on the boy. The old boy. I really appreciate that. Where am I going at with this? Let's go ahead and look at Exhibit A. Let's look at Exhibit A, guys. We have to do this. We have to do this. I want to look at Exhibit A. This is the fight. Let's remove this. Get this out of here. Let's look at this, guys. I want to show you something. The screen is going to go quiet, but I want to show you something. As you can see, it says Saturday, July 24th. That's when the fight is scheduled to happen. There's a lot of seats that has not been sold. That venue has not been sold out. I think that venue holds like 16, 17,000 people. It has not been sold out yet. Where am I going at with this? Canelo Alvarez fought Billy Joe Saunders, and and guess what? He had 73,000 and some change at that event. It was sold out it was sold out like a month or so before the fight even started. Anthony Joshua came to America for the first time, and guess what? Guess what, guys? As you can see, that's the Canelo Alvarez one. 73,126 people. Deontay Wilder is the heavyweight champion of the world. Canelo Alvarez is the middleweight. He's not even American, but he come to America and he sell out Texas Stadium. Not Texas Stadium. He sold out. Let's see what that was. He sold out the AT&T Stadium. I think that was Texas Stadium. Canelo Alvarez did that. Let's look at this fight again with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. The fight has not sold out. Look at all of the empty seats in the back. Look at all of the empty seats on the floor. No one was buying this fight like that. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, man, they had 2 more weeks. They could have sold it out. No. When you look at the history of boxing, fights that has a real popular high demand, they sell out fast. If it's 2 weeks before the fight starts and you still have like 8,000 seats that still need to be sold, that's a problem. If you have like 5,000 seats that need to be sold, that ain't too bad, but it wasn't a sellout. So when Blue Ball said that, oh man, don't nobody want to see no Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury undisputed. The biggest fight is Anthony Joshua. The biggest fight is Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Well, according to this, sir, according to this, that's not true. The American heavyweight champion of the world. Let me go ahead and hold on. I'm missing super chats over here. Sorry about that, guys. I'm missing super chats. Let me get to these super chats. Shout out to Mark Nash for dropping that.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over.
For dropping $2 on the boy. Please subscribe to his channel. Shout out to my brother Toon.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
For dropping that half a dub on your boy. Coming to your trap and take over your trap. Coming to your trap and take over your trap. I took that from you, Blue. That's me now. I'm going to get me. That's what we should say down here in Florida. I'm going to get me. That means I'm going to get mine by any means necessary. I'm going to get me. Anyways, shout out to my brother Toon. He said, if Wilder water was spiked, then Fury got COVID. Simple as that. You can't put out stupid claims and pass them off as facts, but then when the actual possibility of something is happening, it's BS. Nah, playtime's over. Playtime is over. You're right about that, Toon. You can't have it both ways. You can't sit back and say, oh man, you know, a black man, my trainer, spiked my water to help a white dude. Because you and him wasn't getting along anymore. So you scandalized that man name, lied, besmirchified his character, and got all of your alphabet boy communities and they rabid fan base to support you and send this man death threats. But then when Fury said, oh, well, I don't know. I haven't heard Fury say anything, but when reports come out that Fury got COVID, oh man, he lying. It's amazing how you guys want to pick and choose who's lying and who's not lying. If you didn't have a double standard, you wouldn't have a standard at all. I just point out the hypocrisy. Shout out to my brother Charlo.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to my brother Charlo for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. He said, Coach, you a legend. This is why I love this channel. I ain't care or don't care what happens. If someone held their gun to my head to pick, I pick AJ. Otherwise, I love boxing. Troy Graham said that I'm so happy that this fight is off. Respect, Coach. Well, Wilder can go fight Trevor Bryant now. Yes, we're gonna try to get my dog Trevor Bryant in that seat. Since Trevor Bryant is the only American heavyweight champion of the world. Facts. Whether you like it or not, Trevor Bryant is currently the only heavyweight champion, American heavyweight champion of the world. And if you say, oh man, the WBA, the regular belt, that ain't no belt. Okay, it ain't no belt when Trevor Bryant got it. But as soon as Tank Davis get 3 WBA regular championship belts, now all of a sudden, oh, the WBA regular championship belt, that's an awesome belt. Notice the double standard. Notice how when it's their favorite fighter from the PBC, they say that the WBA regular championship belt, that's a top-notch belt. But then when Trevor Bryant has that belt, oh man, that belt ain't nothing. There ain't nobody. Ain't nobody care nothing about that belt. Notice how they do that. They don't like me because I point out the double standards. But they won't say my name. And they're smart. Because if you say my name, you're going to promote me. You don't have the gift of gab that I have. You're not quick. You can't think quick off the trigger, off the dome like I can. You can't talk fast as me, slick as me. You're not fly as me. So they smart by not saying my name in videos. They're smart. If I was them, I wouldn't say my name either. They're smart. They're smart. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep poking the bear. Because that's what I do. Well, I ain't here to make friends today, guys. I'm here to tear some ass up. Pause. That's something that we say in the South. Tear some ass up, meaning that, you know, when you fight somebody, you're going to beat them down real good. I got to put y'all up on a lot of these country slangs that we say in Florida. Florida, we have our own lingo down here, so you might hear certain things and yada, 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 yada. But where am I going at with this? Let's go ahead, guys. I'm just getting started. Just getting started. Now, let's look at this one here. Let's look at this one here, guys. Let's look at this one here. Oh, I'm not finished. Let's see what we... That's when Anthony Joshua fought Anthony Ruiz. A last-minute replacement in New York, Madison Square Garden. He sold out the event. Anthony Joshua is not even from America. He came to the United States, and in his first fight that he had on American soil, even though he lost, he sold the event out. Explain to me, guys, how does a man that's not from America come to America, sell out his first event in America, but Deontay Wilder, the WBC heavyweight champion at the time, can't even sell out an event in his own goddamn country? Oh, I'm not finished. We going somewhere with this. So this goes back to right now what I'm doing, guys. I'm going to my bookmarks, and we're fixing to go to our brother Deontay Wilder, where he said that he doesn't feel appreciated in America. He doesn't feel appreciated. Him being the heavyweight champion of the world for 5 years, him defending the belts, and basically Tyson Fury put him on stole his thunder. Tyson Fury used you, Wilder. He used you, sir. He used you to build his profile up, beat your ass, came in your trap and took over your trap, came in your trap and took over your strap. He came to your country and he took your belt from you. And now you out in the cold. So for all of you, hold on, guys, I'm finna pull it up right now. Bear with me for a moment. For all of you, yeah, man, you know, F. Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn got played like a fool. And I said the same thing. Eddie Hearn did get played like a fool. Wilder is going to get his revenge. Oh, yeah. Guess what? Deontay Wilder, Al Haymon, you got played like fools by the Bob father. Let's go ahead and shout out to my sister Carmen Serene.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to my sister Carmen Serene for dropping that dub on your boy. Dropping that dub on your boy. See, I do it better than Blue. Blue do like this. You got to do like that now. You see what I'm saying? I got to take his shit and go ahead and teach him how to say it right. I'm going to take your beat because you wasn't rocking it right. Come into your trap and take over your trap. Come into your block and take over your block. Come into your trap and take over your strap. That's what Tyson Fury did. Whether you like him or not. And I'm not a fan of Tyson Fury. He did the damn thing. He finessed your king out of his belt. And guess what? There's a strong possibility that he'll never get Fury in the ring again. Bob Arum did it again. Whether you like him or not, the Bob father will not be beat by a novice such as Al Haymon. Al Haymon is a smart guy. Take my hat off to him. He does a lot of good for some of his fighters. Not all of his fighters, but some of his fighters, especially his top fighters. He does good for his top fighters. But at the end of the day, if you guys thought who was laughing, doing the hula hoop, the Tootsie Roll, the bankhead bounce, if you thought that Bob Arum was going to get beat, he don't take L's lightly. Now those same channels who was hooping and hollering, getting the Holy Ghost, guess what? How you like him now? Old saying by Cool Mo D. Shout out to Cool Mo D. How you like me now? This is what Bob Arum said. How you like me now? 2 weeks before the fight. People book flights. People book hotels. The fight wasn't even sold out. Bob Arum said, man, this fight ain't even sold out, man. I'm going to lose money on this fight. Let me go ahead and, oops, see ya. Pull the rug from under this. Tyson Fury, you got COVID, right? Wait a minute, Bob, what you talking about? I said, you got COVID, right? Yeah, man, Bob, I got COVID, man, and my whole team got COVID. But then we see Joseph Parker at last night watch at the Conor McGregor fight with a smile on his face. I can't make this shit up, man. Shout out to Major Key Boxing. Please subscribe to Major Key.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to my brother Major Key Boxing for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. He said, here's me matching Mark Nash in support of the challenge. Let's show coach some love out here. Man, I appreciate that, Major Key Boxing. Please subscribe to Major Key Boxing. Please subscribe to Mark Nash Boxing channel. Please go to Mark Nash's channel, spelled with a Q, not a K. Please subscribe to Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Please subscribe to Punch Drunk Boxing Punch, you got me saying pause every goddamn time I say something. I got there. Hey man, listen, them dudes from New York is funny as hell, bro. New Yorkers are hilarious, especially the ones from Harlem. Where am I going at with this? I'm gonna tell you. Diallo Huggy, salute to my brother Diallo Huggy. He said, if you let the Alphabet Boys sell it, they'll say Deontay isn't selling because the fans are racist. Wait a minute, but you got 1 million black fans. If all of these black fans really love their king like you say he did, the Alphabet Boys, y'all supposed to be deep, right? Y'all supposed to be deep, huh? Y'all supposed to be deep on everybody on the internet, huh? Y'all supposed to be the one that's controlling the narrative, huh? You guys supposed to be the ones that got this army, huh? Nigga, please. Miss me with that bullshit. Y'all don't even support your boy. The man got a trilogy match fighting Tyson Fury, and the fight ain't even sold out. They got thousands of seats that hasn't been sold. Look at the floor seats, guys. Now, let me show you guys something. Look at the floor seats. Let's go over here and look at the floor. I want you to look at the floor seats, look at the top row, and then look at the floor seats as well. Those are thousands of seats that have not been sold. Two weeks before a fight. When Anthony Joshua came over here, he sold out in minutes. How in the hell does a Brit who is not popular according to the Alphabet Boys, how in the hell does he come to America for the first time? And even though he got his ass whooped, he outsell the WBC heavyweight champion, American champion of the world. Make that make sense to me. So, Blue, when you say that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, this is the biggest fight, that can be made in the sport of boxing. Nobody want to see Anthony Joshua and Fury fight for undisputed. Nigga, if that was the case, why your King's fight is not sold out 2 weeks before the fight? If he's as popular as you say he is, and if he is as big as you say he is, he didn't sell out this fight, which was canceled. When he fought Tyson Fury in the second fight, he didn't sell it out. They had like maybe 3,000 or 4,000 seats still available. And in the first fight, it did terrible. He can't sell worth nothing. But Anthony Joshua come from another country, come to America, and even though he got his ass whooped, he sold out Madison Square Garden. As a matter of fact, he sold out Madison Square Garden faster than anyone in the history of Madison Square Garden, as it relates to the sport of boxing. Canelo Alvarez is Mexican. He sells out the AT&T Center in Texas, 73,000. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury is fighting in a smaller venue. The venue that they're fighting at in Las Vegas is a smaller venue. It holds like, I think maybe 17, 18,000 people, and they can't sell that out together. So for all you Gypsy King fans, your Tyson Fury, he the Gypsy King. He never sold out anything in his life. And Wilder, the country boy from Alabama, you know what I mean? Let's have a baby. He ain't never sold out anything before in his life. But let's go back to what I'm saying. Oh, I'm not finished. The Bob father finessed y'all, is what I'm saying. So for all of you pro-PBC fight fans, for all you dudes who were laughing and doing the backhand bounce and chucking that choo-choo and doing the flows and electric slide, yeah, you know what I mean? Deontay, Al Haymon, the PBC, yeah, we beat Eddie Hearn. Y'all laughed at Eddie Hearn. And guess what? Eddie Hearn did get played like a fool by Bob Arum. That's facts. He did now. But guess what? You got played like a fool too. Did you think that the Bob father, the guy who I don't like, was going to lose to the country boy from Alabama? Did you think that the Bob father was going to lose to the PBC, a company that started 6 years ago? Do you think that the Bob father was going to lose to Al Haymon, a guy who's known for putting on music events, promotion events in the music industry, a new booty to the sport of boxing? You really thought that, huh? How you like them now? Now, y'all, the same people who was doing the Tootsie Roll, hollering and screaming, doing the hula hoop, now look at you. You mad as fuck. Oh, F Tyson Fury, yada, 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 yada. But the question is, you knew what you was dealing with before you dealt with it. Why did your king, Doug Anthony Joshua, turn down $120 million 3-fight contract with the Zone to fight $20 million to fight Dominique Brazil, his garbage ass, and $50 million and $100 million to fight Anthony Joshua. $50 million for the first fight, $50 million for the second fight. A 3-fight, $120 million deal, but you chose to fight Tyson Fury. You resurrected a cokehead's career. Tyson Fury weighs 700 pounds. You say he's a known liar. You say he can't be trusted. You say he's known for not honoring contracts, but yet you still decided to get in bed with him because you wanted to rub it in Anthony Joshua's face. Do you remember that? They was all booed up. Yeah, dog. Yeah, we gonna freeze Anthony Joshua out. You thought Tyson Fury was your friend, but he played you.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over.
Shout out to Mercy
boy.
Grace for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. More lawyers, promoters fighting with the heavyweight division than actual fighters. At some point, we will have a lawyer promoted the belt, a lawyer belt. Exactly. They thought that, yeah, man, we beat Bob Arum. Nigga, please. Bob Arum been promoting since, but Bob Arum been involved in the sport of boxing since 1962. 60 years. Almost 60 years. You think he gonna let a 6-year-old company and a novice in the sport of boxing named Al Haymon beat him in court? You think Bob ain't looking at that contract and saying, damn, okay, there's a loophole in this here. So Wilder found the loophole. He said, listen, man, when his team found the loophole, listen, we have a contract. He can't get out of it. They made a compelling case to the arbitrator, and the arbitrator, who is friends with Bob Arum, ruled in the PBC's favor. Everybody got excited. But the arbitrator probably said, hey, Bob, you know, this fight has to be made by September the 15th. So Bob said, okay, I already got a venue set up for July 24th. Let me show you. You niggas playing goldfish. You playing spades. Bob Arum is playing chess. He played Deontay Wilder. He played Al Haymon. He played the PBC. While you playing goldfish and spades, Bob Arum is playing chess. He looked at the contract. Okay, the fight has to be made by September the 15th. I already have a venue set up for July 24th. So we played Eddie Hearn like a sucker to get him to go all over the world to see can he raise money up for this undisputed fight. Now that we know that Eddie Hearn can do it, we know that we're going to lose his arbitration. So we made Eddie Hearn look like a fool because I don't like Eddie Hearn. And now we're going to make Al Haymon look like a fool because I don't like him or Deontay Wilder neither. So what was perceived as a victory, you had no idea. The Bob father had a plan all along. He played you like he played Eddie Hearn. Al Haymon, take this L, homie. This is what Bob Arum saying right now. Hey, Al, hold this L for me. Oh, you thought you was going to beat me in court, huh? Oh, you thought because the arbitrator ruled in your favor that you was going to win, huh? You got a big body Benz, huh? You think you cool because you got a bunch of friends, huh? You don't know what you're dealing with, huh? You don't know I'm the Bob father, huh? You don't know that I'm smarter than you, huh? You don't know that I know the loopholes within the contracts, huh? I got the loophole for the loophole for the loophole. Tyson Fury. I can hear the phone call right now. Tyson Fury. Yeah, what's going on, Bob? You don't sound too good. What do you mean? I'm just saying you don't sound too good. No, I'm okay. I said you don't sound too good. Yeah, Bob, I don't sound too good. Man, you know that COVID running around, man. You've been fighting sparring partners and stuff, man. There's a lot of rumors and speculation going on. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of rumors and speculations going on. It'd be messed up, man, if you just the ticket sales ain't doing too good. What do you mean, Bob? The ticket sales ain't doing too good. Yeah, man, it's 2 weeks before the fight, and we still got like 8,000 seats that need to be sold. And it's not sold out. Your second fight with Wilder didn't sell out, and the first fight did terrible, worse than the second fight. So your fight ain't selling out. It ain't a demand for this fight like that. Maybe we need to probably postpone it a little bit. Why you say that, Bob? You know, man, you got COVID. There's an outbreak of COVID going around in your camp. It is. I don't know nothing about that, Bob. I said there's an outbreak of COVID going around in the camp. Bob Arum is locked into who? ESPN, who gave Top Rank a $100 million contract, a deal. You played yourself. Alphabet Boys, all that celebration, you played yourself. Al Haymon, you played yourself. PBC, you played yourself. Not only did Bob Arum play Eddie Hearn like a fool, but he played Al Haymon like a fool as well. And guess how they rub it in your face? Joseph Parker, he has COVID as well. Joseph Parker was spotted at the Conor McGregor and Poirier fight with a smile on his face. Got him again. Got him. Got him. The Bob father. Oh, it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. So now we know. So Mark Nash say, so is Bob promoting the ducking? Nah, he ain't promoting the ducking. What you don't understand, Mark, is this. If the fight ain't selling and the fight ain't sold out, just speculation on my behalf. These are facts. The fight ain't selling. If you don't believe me, go to the site. Go to T-Mobile Arena website. You can see it for yourself. It's public record. It's public information. The fight is canceled. If the fight wasn't selling, guess what? And you know Bob Arum want to make money, right? And if that fight ain't selling, guess what he gonna do? We gonna try to get as much money as we can. Let's delay it. That's what I'm saying. He said, did they play themselves or did they get out lawyered? Either way it go, if you got out lawyered, you still played yourself. It's the same thing. The semantics with the words, out lawyered, played yourself, it's the same shit. Played yourself meaning you got finessed. Whether the lawyer did it, or Tyson Fury did it, or Bob Arum did it, the end result is the end result. They got played. They got finessed. They played themselves. Because you got overzealous. You thought that you gonna beat the Bob father in court. Don't you know the Bob Arum been doing this shit ever since Al Haymon was 7 years old? Al Haymon was 7 years old when Bob Arum got into the sport of boxing. Al Haymon was 11 years old when Bob Arum promoted his first fight when he was the vice president of Muhammad Ali's promotional company. Muhammad Ali taught Bob Arum how to become a promoter. Facts. It's on record. Bob Arum has said this. You got played. So now the same people who was celebrating, who's crying now? They was laughing. Yeah, man, you know, Tyson Fury and them, you know what I mean? They was, you know, Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn them, all them people want to see that undisputed fight. They were laughing, now they crying. Ha, 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 ha. Guess what? Who's crying now? Shout out to Foreigner. Shout out to Foreigner. Who's crying now? Is that Foreigner, guys? You know, who's crying now? One of my favorite songs of all time. I think that's Foreigner. Who's crying now? Oh, that's Journey. Sorry about that. That's Journey. Who's crying now? One of the greatest rock and roll ballads of all time, songs of all time. Who's crying now by Journey? Who's crying now? It was all good just yesterday. Now your ass crying. Didn't Tyson Fury tell you he wanted to fight Anthony Joshua? No, we ain't doing that. So guess what? Deontay Wilder, it's Journey. Guess what? Deontay Wilder, you had a chance to take step-aside money. You should have took it. You taking L's all across the board. Your team of advisors are taking L's all across the board. First, these fools tell you to turn down a 3-fight, $120 million deal with the Zone, and Anthony Joshua was included in that package for you to fight Anthony Joshua twice and get paid $20 million to fight Dominique Brazil. First, you let them talk you out of that. They played themselves on that, being so goddamn smart. They so smart, they stupid. As it relates to that particular subject matter, that particular negotiations. And then in this, you happy, you training, you got Malik the hype man Scott. Yeah, you know, we gonna knock him out in 5. And Malik Scott saying that you 10 times better than Muhammad Ali inside the ring and fought 10 times more battles than Muhammad Ali outside the ring. When you say dumb shit like that, I gotta check you on it. Guess what? The battle has just begun. What you don't know about Bob Arum is this: the man does not take L's. The only one that probably gave him an L in the past was Don King. Don King was a bad boy, though. Don King was a bad boy. Shout out to Journey. Journey is one of my favorite rock groups of all time. Love them. Love them. I know if you so-called pro-black, you ain't supposed to like nobody white, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not into the racism. I don't do racism. Facts over feelings. I'm not on nobody's side. Again, I don't give a fuck about Tyson Fury and I don't give a fuck about Deontay Wilder. I can promise you that. As far as I'm concerned, they can fight each other 20 more times. Shout out to Mark Nash.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Journey had a lot of big hits. Pause. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They had a lot of big hits. They actually did. Shout out to all the fight fans out there, because at the end of the day, the fight fans are the ones who's losing. We get played like suckers every time. But just know, it's not over till it's over when you're fucking with Bob Arum. When you're messing with Bob Arum, it's not over till it's over. Bob found the loophole in the loophole. This is why you don't get the Holy Ghost to celebrate it. This is why you should have took that 3-fight, $120 million deal. This is why you don't piss the Bob Arum off. Bob Arum is the most powerful entity in boxing. It's not Al Haymon, it's not the PBC. It's Bob Arum. Whether you like it or not. As a matter of fact, let's look at Bob Arum's net worth. Let's look at Bob Arum's net worth right quick, guys. Let's look at that. Bob father. Let's look at his net worth. Bob Arum is worth $300 million goddamn dollars. You think a nigga worth $300 million is gonna let a Al Haymon beat him in anything? Think about that. So for all you know, Fred always had Bob Arum come on this show. This is another thing I want to share with you guys too. I want to share this with you guys as well. I want to share this with you guys. I want to share this with you guys. And I want to look this up right now. We're going to look at Al Haymon right quick. Let's look at Al Haymon net worth. We're going to look at Mr. Al Haymon. Let's say Mr. Al Haymon has a net worth of $18 million, which is a lot of money. Big bank, take little bank. If you know anything about business, you would know that little bank never wins against big bank. Big bank gonna win one way or the other. Big bank take little bank. Bob worth $300 million. Al Haymon worth $18 million. So when you think that, and he's been a promoter in the sport of boxing. He's been involved in boxing for damn near 60 years, 59 years to be exact. You don't cross Bob Arum. He is the most powerful entity in the sport of boxing. It sounds good if you are pro PBC. You want to believe that Al Haymon is this powerful guy. He's not. Not in comparison to Bob Arum. Is he powerful? Yeah. He has a lot of white investors that roll with him. Yeah, I'm going to drop the link. Let me go ahead and drop the link. But before I drop the link, I'm going to do this here. Shout out to my brother Mark Nash for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. Coming in your trap and take over your trap.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Bob said it wouldn't be advantageous for Eddie to make a bid. Now we all see why. If you want to keep doing bids, don't cross me. And MK deals with my fighters. Exactly. I'm making a point. Am I here to promote Bob Arum? Hell no. He don't need me to promote him. The man way smarter than me. The man worth $300 million. He didn't become worth $300 million by messing with some alphabet boys. And there's another thing I want to say. Do you notice when Bob Arum come on Fred Barbershop Talk, do you notice there's no Drew the Midgets, Officer Drew Titans calling in? Bob, why are you here? Interrogating people. You notice there's no 7-8 Sports, Jabba the Hutt. There's none of them alphabet boys. Them niggas be on their best behavior when Bob Arum call in. No one calls in. No one say anything. None of that. But when there's somebody black come on that they don't like, they immediately attack them. But when the Bob father come on, they be on their best behavior. Funny how that works out. Let me show one more thing, guys. This is why Deontay Wilder felt underappreciated. I want you guys to see this. This is why Deontay Wilder feels the way he feels. And he should feel that way. He's in America. He can't sell out nothing. But yet a brick can come over here named Anthony Joshua, go to Madison Square Garden, and he sell out Madison Square Garden in 24 hours. You the WBC American Heavyweight Champion of the world, and you got all of these black people in America, but they won't even buy your fights like that. They won't even spend money or tickets to go to come to your fight and to sell your events out. And you had the belt for 5 years, and you had 10 title defenses, and you never sold out a fight in those 5 years when you defended your title. Because you were fighting Uber Cab. If you would have fought Anthony Joshua, you would have sold that event out. Guess what, though? Let me go ahead and show you guys this right now. And then I'm going to drop the link and let anybody want to come on the show, pause, and then I'm going to keep my mouth closed. Because when I do this, I like to say what I need to say because I don't want no interruptions. When you come on the show, I'm going to let you talk and I ain't going to say shit. I don't prove my point. As far as I'm concerned. Check it out, though. This is from the Bronze Bomber. Boxing News 24. Deontay Wilder underappreciated for being an exciting fighter. This is what Wilder says. It says, by Charles Brunn, Deontay Wilder feels that he was never appreciated during his long 5-year reign as WBC heavyweight champion. You can't blame Deontay for being a bit bitter about his loss, about how he lost his WBC heavyweight title to Tyson Fury. What do you mean you can't blame him for being bitter about how he lost? He got his ass whooped. That's how he lost. So I can't blame him for being bitter. That's his fault why he lost. Do you see what I'm saying? Wilder should still be the WBC champion for all intents and purposes if the referee had done his job of disqualifying Tyson Fury for his fouling. I've got another video where I'm finna nuke their ass on this. Because you say that while Fury does a lot of fouling, rabbit punches hitting behind the head. I got a plethora of videos where Deontay Wilder was doing the same thing to other fighters. I got the receipts. You guys know, do not mess with me, alphabet boys, when it comes to this. Because I got the receipts. All I do is I just take the receipts and throw it right back in your face to counteract your narrative. You can't beat me at this. Not at this. You can't beat me at this. Not at this. I'm a little bit too much for you. You niggas lightweight to me. Lightweight. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, let's go. The 2008 Olympic bronze medalist, Deontay, was roughed up with rabbit punches without the referee penalizing or bouncing Fury last year in 2020. Guess what? The referee took a point from Tyson Fury. So what in the hell are you talking about? You are lying. Also, as the saying goes, no one cheers for Goliath. That may be true in some respects when it comes to Wilder. So this is a pro Deontay Wilder article. This guy is trying to make Deontay Wilder, the king of Wakanda, look like a victim. He's supposed to be this big Mandingo warrior. But he crying like a little goddamn baby. Oh man, I was getting hit with rabbit punches, and you know what I mean. And man, the referee, he ain't help me. He ain't do nothing. Man, this is crazy. How they gonna let this happen to me? And he a black referee when the black referee took a point for goddamn Tyson Fury. Nigga, what are you crying about? And if you do not feel appreciated in your own country, then guess what? You probably haven't been marketed right. If you stop fighting Uber drivers and taxi cab drivers and stop fighting Walmart warehouse workers, then maybe you'll be appreciated. The fans ain't buying it. You've been fighting C-level fighters your entire career. This is why your black fans don't even come to appreciate you. So we don't want to hear nothing about racism because there's enough black people in America that they can pack your venues and sell your fights out. Don't blame it on white folks. Blame it on your own kind for not supporting you the way you feel like they should. And stop looking for white validation, Deontay Wilder. You can't be pro-black and the king of Wakanda in 1 minute, but yet you mad because you don't get the white validation from the mainstream media that you feel like you should deserve. Can't have it both ways, baby boy. So Wilder says, after years of entertaining the fans, Wilder lost his title in a fight in which he was roughhoused for 7 rounds by Tyson Fury. Nigga, please. This is what Wilder says. Boxing fans call Mayweather boring, and many hope for years to see him finally get put in his place and taste defeat. It never happened. Wilder feels the same way. Wilder feels underappreciated. Let me break this down for you guys. I want you to see this. I want you to see this. They always said he has a boring style. Great boxing skills, great IQ, but it still wasn't enough for the people, said Deontay Wilder to 7 Sports TV. Let me debunk that. You can't even compare your situation to Floyd Mayweather, because guess what? Floyd Mayweather sold out events. Floyd Mayweather broke the record for pay-per-view sales. So when you say they always said that Floyd was boring and his style, great boxing skills, great IQ, but it still wasn't enough for people, said Deontay Wilder to Jabba the Hutt, a.k.a. 7 Sports TV, a.k.a. the general contractor. And then when a king like me comes along, which shows the opposite, I have power and athleticism, it still ain't enough. No, nigga, it wasn't enough because you can't even sell out events. That's one. And number 2, you have never broke pay-per-view records before. Floyd Mayweather did that. So the people came out to see Floyd Mayweather. Whether they liked him or whether they didn't like him, they came out to see him. His events were sold out and he broke pay-per-view records. You cannot compare yourself to Floyd Mayweather. So cut it out. He said, whether it's good or whether it's bad, they've kept me relevant. Yes, we have. Because you damn sure ain't doing a good job at keeping yourself relevant. People got to be careful what they say about Deontay Wilder because of the stand that I have chosen to take. I've got people on my side. You might get hit. Let's look at this again. Listen to what this nigga is saying. I've got people on my side. You might get hit. I'm not a man of violence, but if it comes to that, you brought it upon yourself, said Deontay Wilder. This is a subliminal threat that he gave. I got people on my side. You might get hit. Nigga, bring them. Anybody that don't like what I'm saying and you feel like that Deontay Wilder is speaking to you and he's saying that you might get people on your side, you might get hit, bring them. Good luck with that. When it comes to Betty Jean, son, good luck with that. Good luck with that, homie. Wilder has a chance to rectify things by beating Tyson Fury 30-1 on July 24th in their fight at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. If Wilder can knock out Fury cold again, he might get the win this time. You didn't knock him out cold. If you would have knocked him out cold, you would have won the first fight. The man got up. There's no such thing as someone getting knocked out cold and then getting up. He got up. I don't care how you slice it, how you dice it. At the end of the day, Tyson Fury got up. But did you see the subliminal threat though? I got people on my side. You might get hit. What the hell you mean by that? I'm not a man of violence. So we know what he meant by get hit because he said the next verse, he said next sentence, I'm not a man of violence. But if it comes to that, you brought it on yourself. Nigga, bring them niggas over here. Come to Florida and send them here. And let's see how that shit work out for you. I show my face. I come on here all the time. I ain't scared of none of them niggas. Not Betty Jean, son. That's why I want to show you guys this. He felt underappreciated in his own country. Another man comes to this country named Anthony Joshua, fights for the first time, and he sells out Madison Square Garden within minutes. Now you send subliminal threats on Jabba the Hutt's channel. You got people on your side. You might get hit. Be careful what you say about Deontay Wilder. I'm your biggest critic, and I ain't being careful. Fuck you talking about?
Leroy!
Super chat.
Anyways,
received.
Playtime's over, boy.
now you want to threaten people who say something that you don't like. Shout out to Julio. Shout out to Julio Ocho. Wilder is a joke. It's embarrassing. He is embarrassing to America.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
I remember he said Floyd was jealous of him and Floyd was scared he'd overtake his record. Ain't liked him since. Resume ain't even comparable. This man ain't never sold out a hot dog stand before. Who in the hell jealous of you, nigga? Shout out to my brother Toon for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. Yeah, I didn't like that part though. I just wanted to show y'all that. See, when he go on Jabba the Hutt, when he go on the Chitlin circuit, to the Alphabet Boy channels, he go to, talking all gangster and stuff. And I got people around me. Nigga, please. Nigga, please. I'm going to drop this link, man, and I'm going to shut my mouth. I said what I had to say. Anybody want to come on? Come on. You go to the link right there. I'm through talking. I made my point. I said my soliloquy. I made my point. The man, you're not going to beat the Bob father. You're not going to beat him. Man been in boxing for damn near 60 years. He's 90 years old. He's not going to let a novice named Al Haymon beat him in court. I'm going to get you one way or the other. If I lose this way, I'm going to chin check it that way. That's the whole point of this video. I like Al Haymon. He all right. I'm not going to toe the line. I'm not one of these dudes who going to toe the line. Because when I see hypocrisy, I'm what you call, I'm a man, I'm going to stand on my square. If I say something, I'm going to stand on it. If I'm wrong in the public platform, I will come to the very same public platform and apologize, because that's what men do. If I see the error in my ways, if you can show me where I'm wrong at, I'll be like, brother, you know what, you got a point there. Yeah, I probably was wrong on that. Let me go ahead and correct the record on that. But I firmly believe that I am right. And when I feel that I am right, I'm going to stand on that. Nobody is going to intimidate me. No one is going to debo me. That shit ain't happening. Where I'm from, we hate bullies. Where I'm from. Maybe where y'all from, you can, you can get deboed and people can take, do all kind of stuff to you. But where I'm from, we don't roll like that. Shout out to Troy Graham. Let me keep my mouth closed. Troy, what's going on? Troy, let me give him a round of applause.
Thank you, brother. How you doing this Sunday? How you doing? You sound good.
Oh, y'all sound real good. Real good.
Can you hear me?
Good. Yes, sir. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to say something that might offend some people, but it's playing itself out just like in the second fight. Fury is Wilder is Fury's boy, and I'm going to prove it to you. Think back to the second fight, right? They had a contract to get a rematch. Fury went to the WWE and told Wilder to shut up and wait, right?
Yeah. I
All of a
remember that.
sudden now, this COVID. All of a sudden now, he got COVID. He's telling Wilder, "I'll be back in October. Shut up and wait." How you gonna catch COVID and tell someone when you're coming back off COVID? Huh? I had COVID. I had no idea when I was gonna be here. Yeah, that's his boy. All the people that were so happy about the arbitration, now he's locked into a contract that he can't break, and he's sitting around waiting again on Fury.
Exactly.
See that? Yeah. So basically, Fury's the master, Wilder's the boy, and there are a lot of people upset that I use those two terms, but I don't care.
You know, I think Bob. I honestly, I think Bob Arum. You know, the Bob father, man. You know, you guys know I don't like Bob Arum, but it doesn't matter whether I like him or not. The man is worth $300 million, and you don't amass a wealth of $300 million being dumb.
No, he knows the game.
Bob know the game very well. So when you get emotionally attached, to someone in the sport of boxing, someone who you don't even know, right? And this guy says a whole lot of contradictory things. And this is not to bang on Wilder. I just call it the way I see it. You guys know I don't like Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a known liar. You can't believe nothing he says. We know this. But Tyson Fury admitted that. You just never know with me because, you know, when I'm, you know, you never know if I'm lying or telling the truth, because when I'm telling the truth, people think I'm lying. And when I'm lying, people think I'm telling the truth. He said that in the MTK Global interview at on IFL TV. Shout out to my brother D-Town Blaster for dropping that half a dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat.
Woo! Boy, I like taking these niggas shit, boy. He said, "Sup, GM Dub in chat. I'm dropping that half a dub on your boy. I got confronted by some Wilder chump today and killed his narrative with one of your videos full of receipts. So thank you, sir. Yeah, so I got a bunch of, listen, let me tell you guys something. I haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg yet. I have a F-15 fighter jet with nuclear warheads waiting to drop for the right moment."
Hey, Coach.
Go ahead.
Now that the fight is off, if Wilder was a man of his word and say he loves to fight, Dillian White been calling him everything but a child of God, and he's available. Why don't he go fight him and then fight Fury in October?
No, he can't fight Dillian White then fight Fury in October. He need a date. The date is off. That ain't gonna happen. He's not gonna fight Dillian White. He's gonna wait around to fight Tyson Fury. Before I move forward, shout out to my brother Bo. Round of applause for my brother Bo. Bo, go ahead, brother.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Good to be back, man.
Yes, sir. Man, I ain't seen you since 1979, man. Where you been at, man?
Just been working, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't listen, bro. I'm finna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna just be, I predicted what these dudes are gonna say when it was rumored that Tyson Fury had COVID. And I went on their channels and I showed y'all some of their titles and their headlines and their videos, right? They said exactly what I knew they was going to say. But this is what I'm saying right now today. I seriously doubt we'll see a Tyson Fury Wilder 3. I doubt it. Well, I could be wrong, but I seriously doubt it. I'm 90% sure. I got 10% that I may not be right, but I'm 90% sure that shit ain't gonna happen. Bob Arum is a motherfucker, man. Bob ain't taking no L's, man. Bob ain't taking no L's. Period. What you think, Bo?
Man, I think the fight is going to happen, regardless. But at the end of the day, I just see it going the exact same way. And maybe the ticket sales might have played a role into it. It was, that's not the fight everybody wants to see. But at the end of the day, due to the arbitration, I believe that fight is still going to happen regardless.
But check this out though. This a twist. I heard that I don't know how true this is, but there's a loophole in that arbitration ruling. The fight needed to be made by September the 15th. They made the fight July 24th. But from what I've heard, don't know how true it is. Again, I don't know how true it is. But from what I've heard, they said that unless there's an incident was to happen, if it was an act of God where the fight couldn't happen by that date, that's a possibility that could be an out of it, out of this fight. If that's the case, and I don't know if it's the case or not, because I'm not one of these guys like the Alphabet Boys who saying my sources say, and I do have some sources, but I can't confirm it because I haven't seen the contract myself. So unless I'm physically seeing the contract and seeing that, I can't say if that's the case. But if that's the case, they found a loophole out of it. But we'll see. We'll see. That's why the key word is if. You know. Let me get a super chat out the way, Troy. Hey, shout out to Mar the Machine for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Super chat received.
Let's see. He said, keep dropping facts on these Alphabet Boy clowns and the Wilder Net clowns, coach. They're a cult going wild. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Troy. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I want to thank Joseph Parker for telling the world that COVID was fake. I thought his whole camp had COVID. He's sitting up there at the MMA fight smiling, right? That should tell you that should tell you something, shouldn't it?
Hey, shout out to Smith and West. Smith and West says the fight needed to be made by September 15th, or Wilder would be awarded damages. That's what Bob Arum wanted from the jump. If that's the case, Smith and West, that's the loophole out of the fight.
Hallelujah.
This is what I'm saying. These dudes is playing goldfish. Bob Arum playing chess. Bob Arum is Bobby Fischer. These other dudes are, they playing checkers. They don't, if this is the case. But go ahead, Tony.
Look like Bob Arum is the big fish.
He is the big fish. He is. You don't amass a wealth of $300 million in the sport of boxing and be a promoter for pretty much 60 years. Even though he really became a promoter in 1966 with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali taught Bob Arum how to promote fights. And this is what Bob Arum said. This is documented. Muhammad Ali got introduced to Bob Arum by Jim Brown, the legendary Hall of Fame football player Jim Brown, and actor. Muhammad Ali liked him so much he said, listen, man, I got this promotional company called Main Bout. I'm going to make you the vice president and you're going to be the secretary. And the first fight you're going to promote is going to be a fight with me and another guy named George. Let me get that right quick.
Chuvalo.
George Chuvalo. George Chuvalo in Toronto, Canada. And he's been in the game ever since. But he's been handling a lot of stuff in boxing since 1962. Sonny Liston Floyd Patterson first fight. When he was worked with the Department of Justice, with the State Department of Justice in the Kennedy administration. You think he gonna let a nigga named Al Haymon, who was 7 years old when he first got involved in the sport of boxing, beat him in court? That's what I say. That's just me. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, this dude's smart. Whether you like him or not, the dude's smart as hell. The man know more about the sport of boxing than all of us on this panel and everybody in chat know together. We don't know shit in comparison to what Bob Arum knows. We don't know nothing. Give me the smartest boxing historian on YouTube, and they don't know, and Bob Arum probably forgot more than what they know. Now, they might know more than Bob Arum as it relates to fights that happened throughout the history of boxing, but when it comes to the business of boxing, nobody on this panel know anything about the business of boxing more so than Al Haymon. I mean, more so than Bob Arum. None of us do. And for us to pretend that we do, we just kidding ourselves at this point. Because I don't know shit about the business of boxing in comparison to what Bob Arum know. I'm just being honest with you. So, I know we got a lot of YouTube detectives and a lot of YouTube lawyers, and we got fanagers, people who are fans and managers at the same time. We got a lot of that going on. But at the end of the day, Bob Arum, ain't but one guy I know that beat Bob Arum in court, and that was Don King. The Don. Listen, the IRS brought Don King up on charges twice for tax evasion. He beat him both times. Who do you know beat the IRS in court? Nobody. The IRS is damn near undefeated. Guess what the prosecutor said in one of Don King's cases? He had a hung jury both times. He said that one of the biggest mistakes that we made was that we let Don King get on the stand and talk and testify.
They
He
didn't know.
said, hey, Bo, he said the man confused the jury. Listen, Don King, man, bruh. Bob Arum like, man, this guy here is something else. And ironic is Don King got his start in promoting in boxing through Muhammad Ali. Ain't that something? Muhammad Ali helped Don King and Bob Arum. That dude, that man. So, anyways, man, hey, go ahead, Troy, man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just laughing at it, man. Look, I don't have a dog in this fight either. I don't really care for either fighter. I'm just happy it's off because it's ticking off the them boys over there, and that makes me happy. I really don't. Man. I don't care one way or the other about the fight. And personally, I don't think he has COVID because you can't get COVID and then plan to come back on a certain date. It don't work like that.
Nah,
it does not. How you know you're gonna be healed in October?
Nah, but you know what? I think that Bob. That's why I say it ain't. That's why I say Bob Arum did this. Because guess what? Fury can't say I'll be back in October. He's not the one that's going to pick the fight date. He's not the one that's going to pick the venue. Bob Arum is the one that's going to pick the fight date in the venue. This is why I say this all come from Bob. That's why I say it's all come from Bob. Bob looked at that contract and said, you know what? Damn, I see a loophole in the loophole. This how we can, and guess what? I just showed you, and I went to AT&T. Was it AT&T? Yeah, AT&T. Let me see. I went to their website, the T-Mobile Arena website. Guess what? That fight had like 8,000 seats. That tickets that was unsold. How do you have a trilogy fight 2 weeks away from the fight, and you still got thousands of seats that have not been sold? So this argument that Wilder's this big draw and Tyson Fury's this big draw is just simply not true. They wasn't able to sell out their first fight, wasn't able to sell out their second fight, and the third fight, it was coming up shorter than a midget on his knees. Bob Arum probably said, you know what, man, this shit ain't, I need a sellout, and this shit ain't, yada, 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 and I don't like taking no L's from nobody anyways. Fuck it. I played games with Eddie Hearn. Let me go ahead and play some games with this, with Al Haymon, and Tyson Fury, you got COVID. Your whole camp got COVID. As a matter of fact, to rub it in their faces, we're going to say that you have COVID. Because remember, Mike Carpenter, I think he now works for ESPN. ESPN and Bob Arum are in bed like this. They are in bed like this. ESPN and Bob Arum have a partnership. So Mike Carpenter works for ESPN. So Mike Carpenter, he's known for spreading fake news and propaganda. So let's go ahead and tell him that, yeah, man, everything, rumor has it that the COVID is broken out throughout Tyson Fury's camp. Where did Mike Carpenter get that from? That's the question that I have. Where did he get that from? Because he was the one that broke the news. Where did he get that from? Who told him that? And then guess what? Next thing Tyson Fury got COVID, his whole camp got COVID, and what we gonna do is ain't nothing they can do about that. And how we gonna rub it in? What the dude name that was called at the event last night?
Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker. This is what we're gonna do, Joseph. Go ahead to the Conor McGregor and Poirier fight and make sure you go live on your Instagram and smile to the camera to rub it in their goddamn face. Bob Arum playing checkers, man. He Bobby Fischer, dog. He Bobby Fischer. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even saying this is Tyson Fury. I'm saying this is Bob Arum. And I find it funny. Deontay Wilder, but this is what I want to ask you, Bo. What do you think about what I say, right? What do you think about what I say with this? The reason why I say Deontay Wilder's getting every goddamn thing he deserved, because you the one chose to resurrect this man's career 3 years ago. Tyson Fury was not even in the top 15 or top 20 when he came out of retirement. You could have fought Anthony Joshua. You didn't fight him. Dillian White was your mandatory. The WBC allowed you to twerk around that. They let you pick and choose who you wanted to fight for 5 years without really fighting and getting any challenges. You had an opportunity to fight your brother from across the pond, but you were so envious and jealous of him, you called him Uncle Tom. You say he getting pimped by a white man, disregarding the fact that you got 2 white managers, but that's neither here nor there. You said all of these things, right? And then you say, I bless Tyson Fury. So you chose, I didn't have to fight him. I turned down more money to fight Anthony Joshua. And I turned down that money. He admitted that he was offered more money to fight Anthony Joshua. He said, I turned that down in order to fight you because I'm a man of my word. So you admit that you was offered more money, yet you still turned the fight down, and now you got in bed with Tyson Fury, and y'all was booed up. Tyson Fury was talking about, I want to apologize to my fellow Brits, on behalf of my fellow Brits, Deontay Wilder, because Anthony Joshua was chicken, he don't want to fight you, I'll come fight you. So he saw it as an opportunity. I'm going to beat the man who beat Vladimir Klitschko to help boost my record up. Shelly Finkel thought it was a good idea as well, because Shelly Finkel used to manage Vladimir Klitschko and managing Deontay Wilder. The cherry pick went wrong, and now they was in love 3 years ago. 3 years later, he can't stand Tyson Fury. But guess what? If you never would have chose to fight him in the first place 3 years ago, we wouldn't be having this discussion. And guess what? I make a valid goddamn point. And I stand by that. What you think about that, Bo?
I mean, I do agree. That was a cherry pick going wrong for Deontay Wilder. I thought personally Deontay Wilder should have gave Dillian White a shot because Dillian White has been his mandatory for the longest. Now, I will say this. AJ did come out with a video and he had some words and it made it sound like he was actually avoiding Deontay Wilder when he said, hey, I'm not going to be able to fight you. We should fight maybe in 2019 or 2020 or 21. I think he came out with a video saying that. So AJ got heavily criticized for those comments. But at that time, I thought Deontay Wilder should have fought Dillian White because Dillian White was on that dude's neck. And for some reason, I guess Deontay Wilder being in the bed with the WBC, they basically pushed Dillian White out the way and start putting in other people. Now, when he saw Tyson Fury, coming back in boxing, he had these couple of tune-up fights. I guess in his mind, he thought like, well, hold on. Tyson Fury is the lineal champion. And at this time, he's not at his best. So I could easily just, knock him out real quick. And then I could demand that it be 50-50 split purse between me and AJ. But that went wrong. And once that draw happened at first, even though I thought Tyson Fury won that first fight, I guess a lot of people did. AJ come back and said, with Eddie Hearn, hey, let's make this fight. So at that time, Deontay Wilder, he should have took the fight with AJ when he was ready to take that fight. That could have been for undisputed right there. But he decided, hey, I want to make sure I, prove to everybody that the first fight was a fluke and I'm going to knock out, Tyson Fury in the second match. But it didn't go his way. So here we are right now.
Yeah. Troy, what you think, Troy? Troy.
I agree with. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I agree with what the brother just said. Some of it, at least. Some of it. But the truth is, said that the one thing that fight just get canceled and both of them just retire and take their stupid ass fan bases with them and leave the sport. I've always said that. I just.
Yeah, it's a level of toxicity with this with this guy. From people getting threatened to this guy saying in the interview, whether it's good or bad, they keep me relevant. People gotta be careful. What you think about this, Troy? Matter of fact, let me get this super chat out the way. Shout out to Mercy Grace for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. Hey, man.
Super chat.
Mercy
received.
Grace.
Playtime's over, boy.
Mercy Grace say, don't forget. He said, don't forget. Fury said he would never fight Deontay Wilder again after the excuses first started. Arum is working his magic. Follow the money, you get your answer. Yep, follow the money. And the fight hasn't been sold out 2 weeks before the fight. They had like 8,000, and that's usually strange. If a fight this magnitude is supposed to have been sold out. You know what I mean?
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to Mar the Machine for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. He say, yo, coach, where can I get that ticket sales info? I need to slap some Wildettes, Wilder Nets in the face with facts. Go to I went directly to the site. I went to, let me see, the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. They as a matter of fact, they canceled it. That's why I took a screenshot of it, because the fight has been canceled. But right before the fight got canceled, this was a picture of the seats that they had left available. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah, shout out to Sporting Icons too, because Sporting Icons did a really good video today breaking down how the seats go. What happens in fights in any event, that when you have an event that's not sold out and they want to make it look crowded, they'll take everybody who bought seats from the top and they'll push everybody in the bottom and make it look like it's full. And then they will curtain off the rest of the seats up top so no one can see it, to make it look like that the fight is actually sold out. But the only problem with that is when they show the actual number of people who are in attendance versus what does the venue hold, you will see that the fight is not sold out. So that's an old trick that promoters do. You know what I mean? And they did that in the last Wilder Fury fight. They did it in the first fight, and this fight was not selling like they thought it was going to sell. So when they say that, hey man, Tyson Fury and Wilder is the biggest fight that can be made, more so than Undisputed, well, the numbers don't show that. The numbers don't show that, because Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders did 73,126, and he sold that place out. He sold it out before the fight even started. They sold it out like a month or so before the fight even started. This fight was 2 weeks away, and they still had still had tickets left over. So that's just simply not true. You know what I mean? But yeah, go to T-Mobile Arena, look up T-Mobile Arena, and go to their website. That's all I did. It's public record. It's public record. Just go there. You know what I mean? And that's what you should see it at. If you don't see it there, you might see something that say canceled, because the fight is canceled now. And that's what it is. You know what I mean? But I got that information from their website. And I got that information Thursday before the fight was canceled. It was a Thursday or Friday, because Friday they were saying that the fight might be in jeopardy. And I think I went to their website either Thursday or Friday, and I went to their site and I took a screenshot of that, of the seats that was available. And then the next day they saying that Wilder had COVID, and you know the rest. So yeah, but that's where you'll find it at, fam. Jabril Bay, he said, Coach, in that case, Wilder thinking he was cherry picking Fury. It's who's zooming who. Yeah, it's who's zooming who by Aretha Franklin. Shout out to Aretha Franklin for who's zooming who. You see what I'm saying? Fury posted debate of being fat, aka the bright shining object. Wilder took the hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, he cut your boy from Alabama, man. It ain't too hard to trick him. It ain't too hard to trick him. You know what I mean? You know, you got, when you're dealing with some real savvy guys in the sport of boxing, you know what I mean? You got to understand how the game goes. And he does have good business people on his team. It's just that I question some of the business decisions that they made. No one is going to have me turn down a 3-fight, $120 million deal with no goddamn body. And now it went wrong. Now you mad, you ain't got the fight, your fans upset, and all the people who spent money thinking that there was going to be a fight, you know, Bob Arum laughing right now. The Bob father laughing. You know why he laughing? I got 300 mil. I can afford to laugh. He literally can afford to laugh. So $300 million, he don't give a damn about what I think, Troy think, Bo think, anybody think. And he's 90 years old. So he can give two fucks about what anybody says about him and think about him. And guess what? When they be face to face with Bob Arum, especially when you watch when he's on Fred Barbershop Conversations, guess what? They be on their best behavior.
Don't say a damn word.
Hey, Troy, am I lying, Troy? Am I lying, Bo?
Yeah, you just hit the point right there, Coach. I noticed that when Bob is on, nobody comes in. They don't question Bob. But some black person come on, they They want to fire shots at him.
5 shots at them. Hope they get burnt up in car fire. This is the thing. Yo, man, I hope, you know what I thought about you? Did you know what I said? I said, F it. I hope you died in a car fire. But when Bob Arum come on the show, there's no calls from Officer Drew Titan, aka Drew the Midget. There's no calls from him. You don't see Fred texting people and then, okay, let me text my boys, have them come on the show and interrogate this dude and just start. You don't see that. When Bob Arum come on the show, everybody be on their best behavior. Yes, Bob. Bob, can I ask you a question, sir? Yeah, go ahead. Yes, boss. Can I? What's going on with Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury? Oh, Wilder doesn't have a leg to stand on. He's lost the arbitration.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't no rebuttal. It wasn't none of that. But when everybody else on there that's black come on there, boy, what they gang up on them, Coon, Uncle Tom, sell out. But when Bob Arum come on there, they be on their best behavior.
Man, it's like I guess to them they got mind control over Bob Arum. You know, when he comes around, they quiet. When Bob Arum leaves, they talking again.
Do you notice that? Troy?
Absolutely. They don't say nothing. They clam up. They're just real nice and real quiet. Don't say nothing. Yeah, but have me come on there.
You want to be a revolutionary with me. You want to threaten me. You want to send subliminal shots and say, yeah, man, I hope we see you at the fight. Yeah, you see me at the fight and what? What you going to do? Nothing. I'm going to be 20 deep. Off the rip. Just letting you know right now. So that's why I say good luck with that. I hope it work out for you. But anyways, when Wilder says here in the Jabba the Hutt interview on the Chitlin circuit, he said whether it's good or bad, they've kept me relevant. People got to be careful about what they say about Deontay Wilder because of the stand that I have chosen to take. Yeah, you chosen to take a stand with the Glam Squad. You chosen to take a stand with twerking on Juneteenth 2020, and you chosen to take a stand by saying that you want to, if scientists can come out with technology that will help you help men get impregnated, you would sign up for that. Those are the stands that you chosen to take. So, and then you say, I've got people on my side. You might get hit. I'm not a man of violence, but if it comes to that, you brought it upon yourself. Let me ask you a question, Bo. What do you think he meant by that? And just in case you think I'm making it up, let me go ahead and share this. For people who just coming on the show, I want to share this with you so you can see exactly what I'm saying. Let me get this super chat out the way. Shout out for my brother Toon for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. Let me go ahead, man.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
So here it goes. He said if the Alphabet Boys are pro-black in the PBC, how you get a Arum interview? Fanon said it was treason somewhere. Fanon ain't crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, brother. I really don't know. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is they don't keep that same energy when Bob Arum be on the show. When he come on the show, they be like, head down, buck dancing, chicken Georgian, yassam balls, all of that. Nice as hell. Ain't nobody calling in. Hey, Bob, do you know who this is? This is Officer Drew Titan. Let me ask you a question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Didn't you say all kind of things about Al Haymon and stuff? Why are you here? I'm asking the question. Answer me. Why are you here? That nigga ain't nowhere to be found. Oh, police ass nigga. You see what I'm saying? The nigga ain't nowhere to be found. So I called him out on that. But let me ask you a question. What do you think he meant by this? Whether it's good or bad, they keep me relevant, right? People got to be careful about what they say about Deontay Wilder because of the stand that I've chosen to take. I'm reading the article that he said on Jabba the Hutt show, 7 Sports TV, aka the general contractor. He says, I've got people on my side. You might get hit. What does he mean by that? I'm not a man of violence, but if it comes upon that, you brought it upon yourself. What did he mean by that in your opinion, Troy?
That he sounds like he's dropping hints that you have to watch what you say around him because because you will get hit if he feels like you're disrespecting him. But at the same time, you're a public figure. And I would be so happy if he does hit me because I'll sue him. So that's what you do. People used to do that to Mike Tyson all the time. They go up to Mike Tyson, push the buttons, get knocked out, and then they sue him. Mike Tyson spoke about this on his show. This dude can't be that smart if he's putting that type of message out. Because watch, there's a bunch of people now that's going to go test him, coach, and he's going to lose a bunch of money.
Hey, let me. No, I think what you think about that, Bo? That statement that he made on in his interview.
I just think personally he just trying to get as much attention as he needs, you know, because at one minute he's saying, hey, nobody don't really support me and all this and that, but and then next one is almost sound like he's crying for some type of support. So I guess if you go ahead and mess with him, he's going to try to get some support by going viral if he was to put his hands on somebody or somebody on his team was to put his hand on somebody.
Yeah, that's crazy. And you know, the reason why I say that is because I get little subliminal messages from people from time to time, emails. I had this one guy tell me that I ain't gonna say the dude's name. He can't get no shine on my show, but he said that he said that I should get in contact with him. He's a Puerto Rican guy. He said he is a registered member of the Alphabet Boy community, and he said that I should consult with him before I make any videos or say anything about the Alphabet Boys or Deontay Wilder. And I'm like, bruh, you need to look yourself in the mirror for about 5 minutes, draw your hand back, and slap the shit out of yourself for you to even think that you are that important in my life that I would even consider consulting you before I make a decision to do any goddamn thing. One, I'm 47 and a half years old. That's one. Two, I don't consult with no nigga before I do any goddamn thing. I moved out of my mama's house when I was 18 years old. Ain't been back since. Ran away when I was 16. You see what I'm saying? Had to come back home because I was going through some legal stuff. But then 18, moved away from home, ain't been back. And I never knew that I had to consult with any goddamn body before I decided to say anything out of my mouth. For the arrogance of this guy, you should consult with me because I'm a certified member of the Alphabet Boy community. Dude, I don't give a damn about the Alphabet Boy community. I care nothing about your leader. I care nothing about your members. I don't like none of them. Care nothing about them. I like Blue because he's funny. He's a comedian. He's a liar, but he's funny. But you guys is weak to me. Weak in the sugar water. Do you know what sugar water is? We were growing up in the projects. If you grew up in the hood, you know what sugar water is because when you don't have Kool-Aid, you got to put the sugar in the water to mix it up and pretend you're drinking Kool-Aid when actually you're just drinking sugar water.
Mm-hmm.
The dudes is weak in the sugar water. When you say you're going to pull up, I don't believe you. You ain't pulling up. Not on Betty Jean, son. You might pull up on somebody else, but your ass ain't pulling up on me. There's going to be consequences behind this shit. You ain't pulling up on Betty Jean, son. So all those subliminal threats that Deontay is dropping in his interview, I don't believe you. If you got somebody who, what you said, you might get hit. I'm not a man of violence, but if it come to that, you brought it upon yourself. Well. All I have to say about that is this. I better not be receiving no phone calls from the Alphabet Boy community or somebody from Wilder's camp saying, yo, man, we heard what you said. You know what I mean? You're going to have to take that video down. Nigga, please, I can promise you I ain't taking shit down. One thing I can promise anybody who watching this video, I will not relent. I will not back down. I would not stop. I'm going to speak my mind that we are in America. This is freedom of speech. Ain't no country nigga from Alabama or any of his followers or supporters is going to threaten me in any kind of way or make me do any goddamn thing. I can promise you that. I hate bullies. I will not be intimidated. I can promise y'all that. You ain't gonna see me copping deuces. I'm going straight to trial. I'm taking it to the door. And if you ever been involved in the legal system, you know what taking it to the door means. We say take it to the door. That means when you are brought up on charges and the state wants you to take a plea and you say, I didn't do anything wrong. And they say, look, if you go to trial, we're going to give you the maximum. You say, no, I don't give a damn about that. I'm taking that shit to the door. You're going to have to run that shit. That's what we say down here. You got to run it. Nah, you have to run that shit with me. That's all I got to say. I ain't no bear. I ain't no gangster, but I ain't no goddamn pushover. Ain't nobody going to threaten me. Not Betty Jean, son. So Wilder, I hear what you're saying, sir. I can give a flying fuck about what you're saying. Or anybody who supports you who would want to act on anything that you're saying. Good luck. Other than that, I said what I had to say. I'm gonna let y'all talk, man. We got about 5 more minutes before we wrap it up. So, anything you want to say, my brother Bo?
Yeah, I just want to ask y'all, did y'all see this, I guess, between Javante and Eddie Hearn? So, Javante tweeted to Eddie Hearn saying, hey, something about his bums or whatever, fight, whatever. And then Eddie Hearn clapped back on him and said, hey, you only did 200K views, but imagine how much more you could do if you was to fight Devin Haney, Tio, or Ryan Garcia. And everybody, wants to see people fight legends. It's good as it's good that you have money, but we want to see the best fight the best. And Javante Tank Davis never replied to that. So what do you think about that?
No, Javante Tank Davis, he's a damn good talent. He's a phenomenal fighter. I love that kid. I really do, man. He's from Baltimore. He's a good fighter, man. I don't really have anything bad to say about Tank. What it is Tank is not in control of his career. He has to do what his handlers tell him to do. Handlers meaning Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby, they are in control of Tank's career. Tank is not his own man. He has to do what boss tell him to do. I'm just being honest with you. And whatever Floyd tell him to do, that's what he has to do. And that's it. To be honest with you. Floyd, he didn't say nothing. He didn't say anything because Tank got to get permission. Even though Tank is 26, 27 years old or somewhere down along the lines, he has to get permission. Floyd, what I don't like about Floyd Mayweather, and I love Floyd Mayweather as a boxer, but as a promoter, what I don't like about him is he handles Tank like he's a child. Tank can't talk for himself. Tank can't answer no questions. Tank is in the corner getting instructions from his trainer. Floyd want to come over there. He want to be the promoter. He want to be the trainer. He want to be the cut man. He want to be all in the videos. He want to be dancing like Diddy. He just all over the goddamn place. He won't let the man be his own man, right? And unfortunately, Tank is not mentally strong enough to be his own man. He got to do what Floyd tell him to do. So, and now if and that's the reality of the situation.
Exactly. You're absolutely right about that.
You know what I mean? He won't let him like I don't see B Hop in Tank Davis. Bernard Hopkins was very outspoken. Bernard Hopkins was known for going against the machine. He was known for being his own promoter and his manager and negotiating his own, kind of like Sugar Ray Robinson. You know what I mean? As it relates to that. B Hop was, and he was articulate. Tank don't have the gift of gab. He's not articulate. And he really can't think for himself. He just Tank, you gonna go ahead and fight this guy. Okay, Tank, don't say nothing to the reporters now. If they ask you a question, I'm gonna be right next to you. If they ask you a question, you turn your head directly to me, like they did in the press conference. He said, like they did in the press conference. Let me go ahead and remove this. He said, they asked Tank who you want to fight next, and then Tank immediately looked at Floyd Mayweather. He looked to his right, and Floyd say, I answer that. And that's when we went to talking about Tank is going to fight Tank is going to fight we're going to pick his fights. I'm not trying to make another promoter rich, and we got a bunch of fights that we can make with the PBC and Mayweather Promotions, a bunch of in-house fights. When he said all of that, when a man asks you a question and then you directly look over to your promoter, that tells you everything you need to know, brother. Bo, I ain't mean to go on this long rant, but it is what it is, bro. I'm just being honest with you. The man ain't got control of his career. He just don't. He don't have control of his career, man. He got to do what Floyd tell him to do. Period.
Yeah, that's actually very true, Coach. He came up like most of us. He didn't have nothing. Now he has something, and he doesn't want to lose it, so he's just going to go along to get along. And I'm a fan of his because I got to see he has this effect because he goes out to schools around here in the city, and he does talk to the kids and all that, right?
Right.
And he came to my son's school years ago when he was much younger, and I just saw the effect that he had on him. He has that power, but he doesn't. When it comes to Mayweather, he shuts down. He just shuts down and all that, and he don't have nobody around him that's going to tell him, yo, you need to stand up and just take control of your career. I understand he's making money, but how much more can you make if you were to stand up and learn the business and just be in charge? When it came to Bernard Hopkins, since you brought him up, He got blackballed for so many years out of boxing because he just wasn't taking any shorts. When he fought Roy Jones, contractually he was supposed to get paid $1 million. After the fight, Butch Lewis and Michael Spinks bought him a check for $60,000. So he said, "Wait a minute, where's the rest of my money?" And Butch Lewis told him to mind his business. He fired both of them on the spot, and that was the night he took control of his money.
His career.
Yeah, that was the night. And then Don King out his own mouth said, "This dude is the hardest MF I ever had to do any business with. He's stubborn as hell." So that should tell you something. That should tell you.
Yeah, man. B-Hop was an a-hole in the sport of boxing, but he had to be, because in the sport of boxing, if you don't, you're dealing with sharks. Don King was a killer whale. Bob Arum was killer whales, and the sport of boxing is vicious, and it's known for fighters fighting, and then when they die broke. A lot of times, it's not because a lot of fighters die broke because they got robbed, and they do get robbed in the sport of boxing. I'm not saying that, but sometimes it's because of their lifestyle as well. Because you can get robbed by promoters in the sport of boxing, but if you're frugal with the money that you are able to keep, you can still make a decent living after you retire, right? Mm-hmm. But if you have an entourage you're trying to take care of, and you got 5-6 women you got to take care of, and then you got babies everywhere, baby mamas everywhere, and you're already getting robbed from the promoter, and then now you're doing yourself a disservice by mismanaging your money as well. You know what I mean? So your disposable income, I think B-Hop did the right thing though. And at the end of the day, B-Hop still got the fights he wanted. He did it his way. But B-Hop was the real Frank Sinatra. Him, I would say, Ali was getting robbed by the Nation of Islam. Herbert Muhammad robbed him for millions of dollars. But Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, it's a few fighters that did it their way. Even Roy Jones. I think they say Roy Jones is very difficult to deal with too. Not to B-Hop, not to the level of B-Hop, but but Roy didn't want to sign with no big promoters as well. So I do get that. You know what I mean? I'm typing this guy right now. Hey Troy, so anything you want to say, bro, before we wrap up?
Nah, I just want to shout out Major Key Boxing every Monday night, 9:30 p.m. And then I want to shout out Mark Nash and tell everybody, definitely keep this man here going, Coach. He's a good brother. He's a strong brother. And I think the other boys are kind of afraid of him, but I'm not trying to instigate nothing. I just think they're kind of afraid of him.
I'm hoping they say my name, like Destiny's Child. Say my name. I feel like I'm the candy man. They don't even want to say my name in their videos. But I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, because I go over there and poke the bear. I just don't feel like it.
Now, you know why? You know what it is. You know what it is, Coach. Man, they see you coming. So they feel as though if they say your name, it's going to give you so much press that you won't blow right past them. So they trying their best not to say your name and stuff. But at the end of the day, man, you got a lot of supporters, in the chat room and everything else, man. And I'm going to do whatever I could do on my end and make sure, you can get as much publicity as you can and whatnot.
Yeah, because listen, and I get it, and I do get it. If I was them, I wouldn't say my name either. Because, like you said, they're going to promote me. They're gonna promote me. They're gonna, they're gonna send their army over here, and they're gonna come, and I'm not gonna block them. We're gonna leave them. We're gonna leave the trolls in there, and I'm gonna let the moderators y'all chat it out and debate them. We're gonna let them come over here and let them say what they say. Like, this video is gonna get sent back to one of them. I'm gonna tell you how I know, because I got receipts now. Troy, you know this, and shout out to Joey Scott. Joey Scott is Deontay Wilder's strength and conditioning coach. Shout out to that brother. Much love to him. He's a good man. I got love for the brother. I never met him personally, but I did have a conversation with him on the phone. He's a good guy. He's down here in Miami with me. He has a gym down here in Miami. I am looking forward to going to his gym. You know what I mean? I got a kid I want to take over there. I don't expect, anything bad to happen. Just letting you guys know. We'll let you guys know. Plan on going to Deontay Wilder, strength and conditioning coach, gym, if I'm allowed to come in there, because he might get the word, we don't want him to come to the gym. we don't want him. We don't want him there. You see what I'm saying? I think Shout out to the Queen Lee Luna. I think it's down south. Down south, man. I got the address. But I told him, I'm a man of my word. I said I'm gonna go down there and work out. So if I have, he might not be able to let me in. I'm pretty sure he won't. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go there anyways because I work out everywhere. You know what I mean? So, I won't be on World Star, nothing like that. I can promise you guys that. I can promise you that ain't gonna happen. not with me. I can promise you that. You know what I mean? Because that's my my city. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of people. Ain't that gonna happen? Trust me. But I want to go there. I want to support the brother, man. He's a good guy. Shout out to Joey Scott. He has True. You guys can go to his YouTube channel and subscribe as well. Not YouTube. His Instagram. I think it's True Fitness. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna give him a plug right quick, man, because he's a good guy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, he's a good guy. Really good guy. I have a great deal of respect for that brother. I don't know him personally. I never met him, but I don't know him personally. I never met him, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the brother is let's see. There you go. True Fit Athletics. That's his channel on Instagram. True Fit Athletics, and then you'll see pictures of him, and that's his Instagram page. You'll see pictures. Hey, this where he at? Lee Luna. This where the address at? 7900 Southwest 40th Street, Miami. That's where he at. You know what I mean? So this is strength and conditioning coach. So, I'm gonna go to this gym. And I'll let you guys know how that work out. You know what I mean? Let you guys know how that work out. But hey, shout out to my brother Toon for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. Hey, Toon, Bowl, I had to take that from I had to take that from him. He wasn't rocking it right. So, I think I said better than him. You know what I mean? So I had to take that from him. You know what I mean?
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Toon says, I'm gonna keep donating to keep the shows going. Full support over this way. Taylor is still beating Crawford. All love, coach. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see that fight or not, man. To be honest with you, I don't know, man. But yeah, but check it out though, man. We're gonna wrap it up. Anything else you want to say, Troy, before we wrap it up?
Nah, everybody just stay safe and be blessed. And please remember, this is just social media. You ain't got to start no car fires. You ain't got to threaten to shoot nobody. You ain't got to look nobody up on Google search and drive to their house or nothing like that. Relax. It's just social media. We're having some fun.
Yeah, we're just having fun.
Don't be so damn sensitive, man. We grown ass people in here. Hey.
Yeah. It's very, just entertainment, guys. That's all it is. They ain't got to be taking stuff too serious. Please don't pull up the miles. You might not like the outcome. That's all I can say. Other than that, man, that's it, man. So, shout out to my brother Bo. Let's see. Carlos Mendoza says, I used to respect Wilder until he threw Mark Breland under the bus. That was my main issue. My main issue was you threw Mark Breland under the bus. Troy, you know this for a fact. You have talked to several people who know Mark Breland personally. Have you heard anybody say anything bad about Mark Breland?
Well, if I did, I'd be a damn liar. No one has said one bad word about Breland. They basically said, and I'll quote my man Aaron Davis, that's some bullshit. I've known Mark for years. So you were right there, coach.
Yeah.
So
and a matter of fact, Aaron Davis fought Mark Breland.
He knocked him out. Tell the story.
He knocked him out. So if anybody would have had anything bad to say, he could have said, I fought Mark Breland. Yeah, I knocked him out. Yeah, he would have did that. Even dudes who fought Mark Breland and knocked him out didn't say anything bad about Mark Breland. You lied. That's when I fell out with Wilder. So if you guys want to know the reason why I fell out with that brother, it was that right there. You threw the black man under the bus, scandalized his name. He receiving all kind of threats based on a lie because you was ashamed that you lost. Now, I don't mind you firing the guy. If you and him wasn't getting along and you fired him, okay, that's cool. But you didn't have to dismerchify his character. You didn't have to scandalize his name in the public to your low IQ fan base. And they don't know no better. They so low IQ, they slow. They rode the short yellow bus with the dark tinted windows to school. You know what I mean? So, and you can tell them anything, and they'll believe it. And that's the problem I have. That's the only problem. Out of all the lies Wilder had, I would have been like, yeah, that's some bullshit, yada, 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 yada. But what I'm passionate about is when you throw other black men under the bus like you did Mark Breland. And what I'm passionate about is when people wish other black men die in car fires. You don't wish death on people. Especially if you're pro-black. You don't wish death on other black people. But you don't wish death on people in general. Whether they black or white or Latin, whatever, it doesn't matter. Because you can't come back from death. So you don't wish death on people. I got a problem with that. Because I would never do that. And I'm not going to threaten nobody because I'm not no bully and anybody can get it. I can get it. Ain't none of us can exempt. Anybody can be touched at any given time. So it's not good to promote that and put that energy out there. But at the same time, I'm not going to be a pushover for nobody. You have to stand up to these bullies. And I advise anyone who's listening to this podcast right now, stand up to the bullies. Do not let them debo you, punk you. Do not relent. You stand up to them. Because as soon as you bow down to them, they're going to keep deboing you. Don't tuck your chain when you see Debo. Don't hide your money when you see Debo. Say, yeah, Debo, I got my chain out. I got $1,000 in my pocket. Now, what's up? What you going to do? And let them and let it go from there. Stand on your square, stand on your shield. That's all I got to say. If y'all ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. I'm strong. I can handle it. Trust me, I can handle it. I'll do it for you. I'll lead the way. I'll be the battering ram. And then when I knock them walls down, then you can come behind me and then you'll have the heart and courage to do the exact same thing that I'm doing. Other than that, man, let me go ahead and sign out. Hey, Bo, anything you want to say, my brother?
Nah, man, another great show. What happened to Shelton? Shelton still around?
Yeah, he's still around. He's just taking care of some personal business, man, with his family. He's going through something with his family.
Oh, okay. But yeah, anyway, another good show. And thanks for having me on. And Troy, good to see you on the panel and whatnot, man. Be looking forward to your thing tomorrow. Your show tomorrow, man.
Yeah, definitely stop by, man. It's Major Key, 9:30 p.m. tomorrow. We got a whole panel coming on, man, and Major feeling better, so he's definitely taking point tomorrow. He'll be there. He'll definitely be there, man. He's as I tell him all the time, he's Bright Lights Big City, baby, and I play the background on purpose, So yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, shout out to Major Key Boxing, man. Y'all please subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Shout out to Major Key, man. Hope you get better, brother. Oh, yeah, man. Absolutely. Let me see. Good looking out, fam.
Hey, and Coach, I hit you offline, man, because, I'm definitely be getting these information from you and stuff like that, man, when it comes to boxing, man. And I appreciate, the information you give me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate that, man. Hey, let's get a round of applause to my brother Bowl, man. Shout out to my brother Bowl, man. Shout out to my brother Bowl, man. Absolutely, man. And shout out to my brother Troy, man. Please support my brother Troy Graham, man. You can follow him on Instagram too. He's a hell of a cook. Troy had some oxtails yesterday from the Jamaican restaurant. Oxtails, macaroni and cheese. I had I want to say, was it black beans and rice? Bro, it was a bomb. It was a bomb ass meal I had yesterday. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Well, thank you, man, because I can only eat beef once a year. Thank you, Coach. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. So other than that, man, salute to my brother, man. My brother Troy Graham, man. That's my brother, man. I got much love for him. Good guy, really good brother. You know what I mean? My brother be on chill mode, and me, I be on turned up mode every day. 47 years old, almost 50, old as hell. But I still feel like I'm 25. Still feel the way I did when I was 20. That's why I have so much energy. That's why I spit with so much fire. When you get, because I didn't think I was going to live to see this age, but I'm here. So we ain't doing no running over here, man. I don't believe you. Other than that, that's it, man. So shout out to Carlos Mendoza. Let's go ahead and give everybody a shout out, man. Shout out to the Queen Lee Luna. Shout out to Mr. Man. Shout out to my brother Toon. Shout out to Jabril Bay. Shout out to Smith & West, who was on earlier. Shout out to Carmen Serene. Shout out to Lisa Bales. Shout out to Lady Shan. Please subscribe to her channel. Shout out to my brother Punch Drunk. Please subscribe to his channel. Shout out to Mark Nash. That's my brother. Please subscribe to his channel. Shout out to Troy Graham. Shout out to Major Key Boxing. Please go to Major Key Mondays. Shout out to him as well. Shout out to my brother Bold. who was on the panel. Shout out to my brother Shelton, man. Get well soon, Shelton, man. Shelton going through some things. Shout out to Shelton, man. You know what I mean? We got you in our prayers. Shout out to Rob Ribs Shows Live 01. Shout out to Bon Scott. Shout out to Demeter. Shout out to Mr. T. Shout out to Layman Sorter. Shout out to who else we have? Bon Scott. Shout out to Peter Von Arks. Shout out to Anna Lee. Anna Lee, what's going on, sis? Shout out to you, Anna Lee. Shout out to Kathy W. Shout out to Adrian. Adrian. You know what I mean? Shout out to Divine. Divine, I guess Divine News. Shout out to Divine News. Divine News. Shout out to Mr. T. I pity the fool. Shout out to Carlos Mendoza. Shout out to Jabril Bay. Shout out to Peter Von Arts. Shout out to Peter Reeves. Shout out to Eliza Feliciano. What's going on, brother? Please keep sending me those videos. Shout out to y'all can hit me up too, man, on Instagram, man, at Coach Malachi Williams. Just go to at Coach Malachi Williams. Hit me up. You can find me there as well. Shout out to Mr. Man. Shout out to who else we have? Shout out to, I don't want to say the same name. Shout out to Wole. Wole, what's going on, fam? Shout out to Halim. What's going on, Halim? Halim, and shout out to Coach Askey as well. Coach Askey, what's going on, brother? Shout out to Kevin Kilgore. Kevin, what's going on, fam? Shout out to my main man, Ronald Finkley. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to who else we have? Southside Boxing. Southside Boxing, man. What's going on, fam? Southside. Yeah, man. I meant to give you a shout out earlier, bro. I got so caught up in, you know how it is, dealing with these fake Black Panthers and these fake Talcum X's. Y'all ain't Malcolm X, they Talcum X. Shout out to Hamilton Steele. Shout out to Rodney Rocker. Shout out to who else we got? I just want to make sure I don't get the same names. Shout out to Jabril Bay. Shout out to Silver Stress Salon. Shout out to you, man. Silver Street Salon. What's going on, fam? What's going on, brother? And shout out to Little Green Eyes P. Shout out to you, sis. Other than that, North London in the building. What's going on? Other than that, this is our boy Coach Malachi Williams, represent for New Media Today, USA Boxing. We will be back on. Oh, and shout out to my brother Diallo Huggy, man. I know his cousin, man, Tony. Tony, man, from Cross Fletcher in the building. Cross Fletcher, Tony. That's why I met Tony at Cross Fletcher, man, in Tampa. So shout out to Diallo Huggy, man. I know. Shout out to GP Guthrie. We will be on again tomorrow, guys, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time from 3 to 5. Sometimes we run a little bit over. We 17 minutes over, 18 minutes over, but it's okay. So we'll just say from 3 to 5:30. 3 to 5:30, 6 days a week, Sunday through Fridays. Reporting live from Miami, Florida. New Media Today, USA Boxing. Signing out once again, everybody. And you know how we do it, everybody. You know how we do it, and you know how we do it. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.